Bruh, you're such a nerd.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Already Distracted podcast. Now, if you notice, there's no Dev and no Nate. Both of them have been sacrificed to the volcano YouTube gods. Hopefully the view count goes up. But with me, I've got my buddy Tippi, my buddy Wizard, who you've seen before, and my buddy Jay. We're all pretty big Destiny fans, and I was thinking, since I had to sacrifice Nate and Devin to the volcano gods, that we should do a Destiny episode where we just talk about the state of Destiny, what's kind of going on, what's driving us nuts, what we think they're doing well, what we want to see change, just kind of whatever. I think it'd be an interesting topic. I don't know. What do you guys think of the current state of Destiny right now?
It's rough.
Yeah?
It's rough. I mean, there's some fun stuff about it. I mean, I'm enjoying the newest. The seasonal activity is kind of fun right now with the Halloween. And I like that they added the PvP stuff rather than going to the Haunted Lost sectors for the umpteenth time in a row.
Yeah, not that they really changed it with the PvE setup with Nasaro's Harbor. However, the game mode, the PvP game mode, I'm glad you had me try that because I've been playing it all day. It's really fun.
Yeah, I want to get Group of 6 in there.
Oh, yeah. I think probably after that, I'm going to be, or after this podcast, I'm going to be on Destiny. So if you guys want to play, I'm down.
It's the most definitely something. That's what it is.
It's something.
It definitely is something. It is the gameplay and playing it out through is a bit more fun to me now with the updates since the newest big drop with grinding and stuff. But
to say that the tier list or the tier system is a little bit easier now since the last update.
Yes.
So, because I was stuck at 420, 430, and I'm already at 500.
Yeah.
They did miss with bringing actual good guns into the sectors instead of, like, they could have brought back year tide, like guns that actually are valuable.
Yeah, they have had such good event weapons in the past, and we haven't seen any of them come back. Like Horror Story, I love that gun. That was such a fun one. I haven't seen it, so I don't think it's
since they made it stasis, or
I'm just talking about
since
the original. When? I really
Oh.
enjoyed theirs. They brought it back since then, but I mean, like with this specific event.
Yeah, they definitely could have made something. I mean, the SMG is just not. There's just so many more that's valuable than that one.
Right, and I get the SMG constantly. It is always tier 5 at least, and that is something else that's been driving me nuts. Is like it drops tier 5, which is awesome, but if you want tier 5 armor, they only did a helmet for the event, so sorry about that.
For me,
that kind of sucks.
For me, it's been randomly dropping, like very occasionally. It's a dry drip of, or not dry drip, whatever.
I've been consistently.
I got 2 pieces so far.
But the helmet, is there a full set? It's not just the helmet?
No, there's not a full set. Just
okay.
Randomly, it's been dropping a different piece of armor at 5 for me.
Yeah, I think you guys are both higher light level than me. I'm almost 430 now, so.
Yeah, so they made it to where once you're 450 or 470, I can't remember, but once you're 470 and rank 9, Guardian rank 9, you'll get constant 5s.
Constant 5s, yeah, so that's what I'm trying to get to right now. Because on top of that, if you didn't know, if you haven't played Destiny in a while because the portal just wasn't for you, which there's a lot of you out there, and that's totally fair, they changed the portal up a little bit. So now instead of you upping the light level by adding different modifiers, it just ups the difficulty, and you will always be locked 30 or 40 under, depending on which tier you're running it at. So that's kind of nice. Instead of having to be 70 under to get A, that was driving me nuts. Holy cow. But they've changed it.
Yep.
So now you're locked 30 under, I think, on Grandmaster.
Not enough, but they did change it.
Yes. There's more changes coming.
Yes, Grandmaster is 30, and then Ultimatum is, I think, 40.
Yeah, so that's kind of nice. I do like that, because there was a couple times, I think you were with me, Wizard, where we ran at, 60 under, and it was just, like, we finished it. It took us about an hour and a half, but we completed it. Oh my gosh. So I don't know. I think current state, I haven't even been playing it that much, so it's not. Sadly, it's not in a great spot, but I think they could fix it. I have hopes for it to come back in better
Yeah.
ways.
It definitely has potential.
Yeah, the portal needs some changes. I want to see not just layers, but I want to see actual full raids, like in Destiny 1, how it was the weekly featured every week, the 490. I want to see that again. That would be awesome. Like a featured raid every week, and you run it on the harder mode in the
I mean,
portal.
feature raid, full dungeons, not just a boss.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Uh,
full
give us
raids,
some
full
of our,
dungeons.
I would say, give us some of our content that we paid for. Like we have zero Nightfall. Like there's
Yeah,
no reason to
there's no
run a
nightfalls
Nightfall
anymore.
anymore.
No point. Fire
Like
team
it's
ops is
there,
useless.
but there's just
Sorry. Like if you're gonna run in a stack, you're running Pinnacle Ops. There's no reason not to.
fire team ops if you're solo is nice
Hmm.
because it drops 2 tier above.
That
Now,
is if you're bored of solo ops, because I can run solo ops even on ultimate at 420, and I can usually get through it fairly easily. But I don't
it
usually do
unlocks at
that.
420. I thought it only unlocked at 451.
Well, I was playing it with Tanner, so I guess I was brought up to his level, so
Yeah,
that would explain it. But yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't know. The solo ops are pretty easy. Um, I
they're
guess
not bad.
I haven't done ultimate solo ops yet. That's a good point. I've been doing grandmaster is what I meant for the solo ops, and that I fly through those super fast, about 6 minutes. So, but they get old fast. They get old.
Very, because you only have like 3 to pick from that will actually give you anything. Then
Right.
below that, they have more, but there's no point in running them.
And then once you run the ones with the bonus drops, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because then you're just getting one drop. So if you're
Also,
comfortable running grandmaster like strikes, then I would do that.
also, I think they don't. I think they should bring. They need to bring Gambit forward. It's hidden in the shadows.
Of course, the
I am.
Gambit wearing the Gambit shirt.
Gambit is completely dead. I tried
It
to find
is.
a match yesterday and
Nobody's in
was
it.
stuck in lobby for an hour.
It's because you have to go dig for it in the world map, and it's
Like
easy to
I
forget.
will say, I was never a huge. I loved Gambit Prime. I was so sad
Yes.
when they got rid of Gambit Prime.
That's
But
that's why I got this for us. I loved it.
I will say, if they're not gonna add Gambit to the portal, why keep it in the game? You know,
Yeah.
because nobody's playing it. It's like you said, it took you an hour to queue. Like, what's the point?
No, I didn't even queue. I backed out after an hour.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
see,
mean,
that's bad.
again, it's just hidden. It's just hidden in the back.
Right.
And,
And I think
not a
if
whole
they
bunch
moved
of
it
stuff.
over to the portal, I think that would fix that. Because there was a lot of people out there that like Gambit. And
Mhm.
honestly, I got the itch to play a little bit of Gambit the other day. But as you said, I only waited about 5 minutes before giving up on the queue. Like, good job
So
on that
unless
one.
you have 7 friends, which is hard enough to come up with 6 friends just to do a raid.
Yeah,
My bad, 5, because you're number 6. You need
right.
7 to do Gambit. And that's just private match.
Mm-hmm. And like I personally, I know not everybody can. I can personally usually get 6 for a raid pretty easy. I think if I put a message out saying, "Hey, I would love it if 6 people wanted to hop in for private match Gambit," I don't know that anybody would bite that hook. You
No,
and Tippi, I think would
maybe
say.
maybe now because of we haven't had it in so long, but
Right.
Yeah.
And I do
Uh,
think a big part of that is because the PvP team is working on. They've all been moved to Marathon, which if Marathon flops, I pray for Bungie
Yep.
because they have just dumped so much into that. But I hope they can just get
is
Marathon out.
Marathon that raid thing, or was it that was Pantheon?
Right. I'm talking about Marathon, the PvP game that Bungie's working on right now.
Oh, didn't even know that was happening.
Well, it was supposed to come out last year.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm in the dark.
And that's why we have nothing Crucible wise. Is they pulled their Crucible team to work on Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we
That
haven't
might-
gotten new maps.
Is
That's
that why I don't get a depths whenever I go flawless now? This is kind of dumb.
You're not getting a depths when you go flawless?
Mm-mm. Nobody is. That's why it's pointless to
supposed
run the
to?
lighthouse one.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's true. I haven't gone flawless, so I wouldn't know.
I think that new PvP mode though, or yeah, the Red Rumble. I think
That
that's
was
what the
so
Gambit.
fun.
I think that's from the Gambit team.
I think so.
Yeah, Red Rum Bull.
Yep,
That Red Rum Bull.
I mean,
Have you
that's how
played
it's
that
put
yet,
in.
Wizard?
it is.
I've not seen it yet. No.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
So
that
basically, do you
go
know
ahead.
what the headless ones are?
Yeah.
The big
So a headless one spawns in the Crucible map, and you get stuff for killing him. But what I found is it's a good way when the headless one's in that on that part of the map, it basically blocks a third of the map from people going over to it. So I just go to the section he's not at, and I just farm kills. I won a match 30 to 15 earlier today without damaging a headless one time. I didn't pick up any of the motes they dropped. All I did was just run around in that section and just it was so fun. But yeah, so everyone's really distracted by the headless one. And I think what Bungie's idea was for it is that, oh, when the headless one is in like the main part of the map, everybody's going to team up to kill. That's not what happens.
no.
You get two people shooting at them, and
Yeah.
everybody else just like floods in, takes the kills, picks up the heavy ammo and the motes, and runs away.
Yep, that's what.
If you have a one-off super, it is amazing because people
Mhm.
try to grab the motes
And you
and they just die to
manually.
the super.
Yep.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's why I was saying that this reminded me a lot of when we did that whole
That private
when the
match.
swords were broken, and
I wish I had recorded that. That was so fun. But
it
you know
was
what?
so fun.
That's just for us. You guys don't need to see that. We got to have our own fun off camera. All right.
We had made up our own matches in private, which was so fun.
It was really fun. Basically, what it was, if you're curious, is when the sword glitch was happening, you could one tap people in Crucible with no sword ammo, and one tap bosses and everything. The sword it just did an insane amount of damage if you didn't have ammo on a lightweight frame sword, and you jumped and attacked. And so what we did is Wizard here had a bow and hand cannon. No, was it just the bow you were using?
No, it was bow and Risk Runner, but I couldn't.
That's
shoot
right.
sights.
It was Risk Runner and the bow, but he couldn't ADS. And what it turned into was all of us just trying to kill Wizard. And then when we did, we'd all just turn on each other and just see who can get the most kills. It was really fun.
Hmm.
That was a blast.
That was our Red Rumble.
That was our Red Rumble. And it's kind of like that, but not quite. Because I don't think enough people go in on the boss for it to be quite like that. However, I have noticed that if you queue with a stack, good luck. Because that stack, even though they're against each other, are going to just work together and kill you over and over again.
Not us. I mean, we stacked.
No,
at one
not
time,
us.
and-
I have fun killing. There's nothing more satisfying than murdering my friends in Crucible. So.
I think
won't
last
do
night
that.
when Tippi and I were playing, we went against a stack, but we always came out on top.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
so when it's like solo versus a stack, like I got in one match where it was a 5 stack and then me. That was miserable. None of them shot at each other. They just sat there, waited for me to spawn, and then tried to see who could kill me first.
Oh.
You guys suck. I ended up leaving the match. I'm like, that wasn't fun. But the game mode overall is really fun. And usually if you're solo queuing, you're not getting stacks, but sometimes you do. So.
Is what it is. But yeah, no, I'm just saying that I think what it needs to go is I mean, people are sitting there talking about all this is like Bungie needs to listen to us and all these different things. Nobody who could have come up with the Red Rumble, and we're sitting there having fun talking about it. I think then you
Right.
go back to their old Bungie's
Motto?
old motto, which was we build the
We-
games we want to play.
Yep. We build games we want to play. I was going to say that. It's like Bungie has an interesting predicament because they're trying to cater to multiple generations of gamers right now. So this group wants this. That group hates that. This group thinks they're both idiots. It's like they can't listen to the community because the community's telling them so many different things and they can't
Mhm.
implement everything they're hearing. What I'd love to
things
see
are
Bungie do,
contradictory.
yeah, I would love to see a rework of the New Light stuff for
Mhm.
onboarding. That would help so much. Because Bungie, it's not good. I'm sorry. Your onboarding experience sucks.
No, New Lights are completely clueless.
They're
It is
clueless.
not
You have
New
no idea
Light
what's going
friendly
on.
at all.
And all you get, like 2 rounds in, two missions in, all of a sudden you're hit with all of these banners across your screen. Buy the final shape if you want to understand more of this story. Oh, and that story. Buy this DLC. It's like, stop that.
Yep.
Give us an onboarding experience that explains what's going on in the world, not just a cutscene about the witness. Like, do you guys remember the meditations?
Yes.
For
Bring
Strand?
So I don't remember before Strand. You could go back. You could go to Ikora, and there was that little circle thing to her right. Now that's where you
Gotcha.
go get your super stuff. But you do a meditation and you replay an old mission. If you did that and just had them replay that final mission of the witness, just that one, that would help so much with understanding why this character was such a win when we took him out, because I have so many people who play. I've played with friends, take them through New Light, and I was like, "So what's the big deal about this witness?" I got a cutscene, and it tried to summarize everything in 2 minutes. I'm like, "No, I mean, have you seen Bife's video that summarizes all of Destiny? It's 2 videos now, and it's 14 hours total. So 2 minutes ain't gonna cut it. Like, give us." I don't know. Give us a good Your Guardian Spawns mission, and I don't know if this would be possible, but if you did that and then just had meditations that like went through each era of Destiny, I think that would be way better than the current experience.
Well, there was this one thing they did, and I have no idea what happened to it because it just lasted for what it felt like a month. But it was a timeline. It had a timeline of all
Oh
the
yeah,
different
you could
events.
play like one mission of Red War, one mission
Yeah,
of Cade
That's what I'm
dying.
saying.
yeah,
Like,
and it had that, and then talked about Witch Queen. Is like if you want to go through Witch Queen, here's this, but we'll give you a small little taste of it.
right.
And
So for
then
the DLC still in the game, just give them the first mission as part
yes,
of the New Light stuff to give them a taste, and then if they want to experience that campaign, they go buy the DLC. I guarantee you, Bungie, I guarantee you, you would have more people happy with you and more sales of your DLCs if you did that.
I don't know. Part of me also thinks that they need to get into they need to learn how to count more than two.
Right? Just count to three. Just count to three. So I do
I mean,
like the fact that we.
because I think getting into a 3 will help reset as well as what you're talking about.
Right.
Getting that new
However,
player experience and the returning people who finished on with the witness was like, oh, I'm
I
curious.
agree with that, and I'd love to see a Destiny 3, but I think they missed the mark if they wanted to do that. I think at this point they're going to have to wait till the end of the Darkness saga that they just started, right? Because otherwise you're going to have the start of the story in Destiny 2, and then it's just going to pick up in Destiny 3, and I don't... So,
I mean, they kind of did that with Destiny to Destiny 2.
kinda. We were in a good spot to bring in Destiny 2, though. It was moments of triumph. We just, like, had they done it after the Taken King, I think that would have been a little better. But I think Rise of Iron being its own standalone campaign that didn't lead, like, Rise of Iron didn't lead into Red War.
No, it led into having a new tower.
It did. That is true.
That's where we came in, or whatever they want to call it.
Hub space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. It would have been cool if the tower was hit and we made our way to like the Iron Temple.
The courtyard, my bad. Not the tower, the courtyard.
Oh, the courtyard. It's the tower.
Yeah.
But so I mean, like, what I mean though is if they were to put a 3 on the box right now, it would be the first story in the third game. The first part of the story would be in the second game. And then, so you'd have to go play Edge of Fate if you wanted the start of the current story.
Well,
uh-huh.
What if, though, because there is stuff in the lore going on right now, that Earth is dying because 3 was killed. What if the third one starts out with, like, this whole decay and this massive thing going on in Earth? And so that's the Edge of Fate is your in-between, your lead-up.
I'd be on board with that.
It'd be good with the 9, because they kind of shape-shift your way of thinking or slash reality.
Yeah.
So we're, like Tippi said, we're in between it.
If they did that, though, I would want to see first an ending, like just a nice little, like, okay, this is a good cutoff point, where instead of it just being in the lore, they brought it to the forefront in the game, and then Destiny 3 starts up. So, like, it's an end to Destiny 2, right? Like, maybe
Well,
there's this final cutscene in Destiny 2 where your ship comes back to Earth and it's all starting to decay and all that kind of stuff, and then that's where the third game opens up. I don't know, maybe
possibly. I mean, well, I mean, at the same time, you were talking about Iron,
Rise
and
of Iron.
I
Yeah,
don't remember seeing that in Iron.
no,
That there,
but
it was just a continuation and things, just more or less a buffer. It was just like
right,
a little buffer thing, and I think
right,
Renegades might be a
right.
really good buffer
If they
one.
do that, my only thing is if they were to do that is like right now it's in the lore, and just think about how many
Hmm.
normal players really dig into the lore.
None,
That's what
no
I'm saying.
casuals.
So I would want something brought into the game to kind of show that that's happening, so that other than just reading about it, and then all of a sudden in Destiny 3, because then the people who aren't reading about it are going to be like, wait, that wasn't what was going on. Because where Destiny picked up from Rise of Iron, it started with the cutscene of Zavala talking about moments of triumphs. We're in a time of peace. We were triumphant, all of that stuff, and then when we let our guard down,
Here comes
the Red
gold.
Legion struck.
Okay, that's what you're talking about with that.
That's what
I
I
mean,
mean.
and
It's
but
like
I
it
mean
was
at the
all
same,
in the game. It wasn't confusing. Because right now, if they just started Destiny 3 and the world was decaying and falling apart, that would be so confusing coming from Destiny 2 if you weren't following the lore.
yeah. Well, I mean that's kind of where I'm thinking with the Renegades, because Renegades you're going off, you're going to other places off planet, going to all these
Right.
different sectors, and so you're losing track of what's going on at home because you're focused on this
Yeah.
stuff going on out of place. And so when you finally return home
Mm-hmm.
and you see that it is a big decaying mess,
Right. That would be a
that,
good way to do it. Yes. I love that. I could see
but
that.
but I don't think any devs are going to watch us watch.
Probably not.
But that's okay. It would be funny if they did.
It would be awesome if they did, but yeah, I doubt it. And that's okay. We're just kind of here talking about it.
And
So,
I'm sorry, Wizard. You're one of the new lights, and so maybe you have some insight
yeah, I was going to
into.
say, Wizard, you haven't said much, but you're also more of our new light on the podcast. So I'd love to see this from a new player perspective rather than a veteran.
Well, yeah, because I had no experience with Destiny 1. I was never able to touch it. I didn't learn about Destiny until well after it was gone and, you couldn't play any of it. So I really get with the, getting confused on the lore and what's going on. Because, like, we had all this leftover stuff from Destiny 1 from when we started playing. And I didn't really start playing all that much until I started playing with you guys, like a year ago.
Yeah.
Because I had played before, but I didn't have any of the DLCs. All the stuff I was playing was all the free stuff. And, like you said, I had no idea what was going on in the lore. All I knew was on occasion, like a new season would come out, like a new sub story would go on, and I'm still lost with a lot of the lore because of it. I haven't been able to play all that much. But then, thanks to Scott's deep pockets, I've been able to get the DLC. I almost been because of him. Yeah.
Yeah, he did buy you like all of them, didn't he?
I think I bought myself the final shape, and he got me Lightfall, Witch Queen, and something else. But I got myself the final shape, and then this last one, the Edge of Fate.
Well, so that brings up a question I want to ask. Do you think you would have bought the DLCs if Scott hadn't bought them for you?
Absolutely
Not. Yeah, I was gonna say money out the window. Like, if you had the money to, do you think you would have, having no idea what was going on in the world?
I would probably have been like a little tempted to, just because there's more content there and there's actually more stuff
Right.
to play if you have the DLCs. Because then you can play the stories and you can unlock other different areas that you can't unlock because you need X progression item from the story. So maybe I would have played it, but I probably would have just ended up turning to some other game because I didn't care about the lore to get the DLCs, and it was just hidden behind content paywalls.
If I remember correctly, we kind of forced you through the New Light experience to get you into the game and make you play stuff with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to finish New Light before you can even get into any end-game
And the
content.
New Light sucks.
I was
Cosmodrome.
New Light by the time we started because I had a decent player.
Oh, I'm thinking of Ben.
Yeah, I did not have any good builds or any good basic understanding.
Oh
of
yeah,
anything beyond
Mans was running Risk Runner and everything.
Yeah.
He still
So,
does.
well,
That's true.
unfortunately, I've not used Risk Runner often. I did use it the other day, luckily. But
It's because it's useless.
yeah, when I
Or
started playing with
Whispering
you,
Slab.
I still run Whispering Slab just because it's fun.
Sure.
Um, but what it was when we first started playing, like we just said, I was using Risk Runner and stuff because I didn't really have anyone to get me into it to understand all the different mechanics of, oh, hey, you want to build craft with this kind of gun because it does this stuff and this stuff. And everything I had done before that, Risk Runner was more than adequate. And it was funny, haha,
Yeah.
tiny space wizard can chain lightning across these guys just by getting punched once by a thrall.
Right.
But since playing with you guys, I've build craft a little bit more. Not much, but a little bit more. I've actually put more thought into like my loadouts and what aspects and all that stuff going on. And I have a lot more loadouts saved because I've now played with other people and someone's gotten me into the game. But had Scott not bought me the DLCs, I probably wouldn't even be playing it right now.
Right. So basically, had someone else not gotten you into the game,
Mhm.
you wouldn't have gotten into the game. Because people hear about Destiny all the time. People get curious, and a lot of people play your New Light experience and they go, yeah, I guess this is not for me.
Mhm.
That's a huge problem. Like, your onboarding experience should be, I say this loosely, some of the best content in the game. Because that's how you get people in your game spending money.
Get
And
those
you know
hooks.
what? My onboarding experience was Destiny 1 beta. I loved it. I have now spent an ungodly amount of money on this game. Like,
Merch.
so that's a huge problem in my opinion. I think they really need to fix that.
Yeah, and I actually kind of got one of my friends into it because I was talking to him about how one of the DLCs I wanted was on sale, but I didn't quite have enough to get it, so he got it for me, knowing that you might know him, I can't remember. But the next day they all dropped on sale, so he got them all. He asked me to take him through it, and we were playing New Light, and like you said, it was just completely confusing to understand these stuff.
It's so
So I was
confusing.
like, really, you can skip most of this stuff. Go get it on some other time. Let's go play through the first DLC that you got yourself, so that you can actually. And then from there, he started to get into a lot more.
Yeah.
But had I not convinced him, or had he not decided to get that DLC because he got me the other one, he would probably not play it either.
Oh, did you guys know that there's a big sale going on with the whole thing? That's like $35 to get all of the DLCs and
Actually,
including
if you
Edge
go
of
to
Fate?
CD Keys right now, you can get everything up to the final shape for $7. I just did it for my wife because we're going to be starting a new series on the channel. Oh, one
Um,
second. We've touched on New Light. I do want to shift gears on that a little bit because we only have so much time, and we could talk about New Light stuff for hours, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
What would you guys like to see game-wise brought in and changed, other than New Light stuff, that you think would help the game, or at least that you would like to see?
that's part of me thinks that it's another community thing as well. Is everybody calls it the grind. What it really is the gamble.
Yeah, I think we watched the same video, Tippy.
Oh, okay. I mean, sure. I guess we
I
watched it
didn't
the
watch
same.
it. What are you talking about?
No. I like
Well, I
if
watched Asdacross watch it, but
oh
there was a video by what's his name? Did you watch the actual video?
it was like cupcakes or something.
Yeah, something
I
like
don't know.
that.
It stumbled in my feed, and I was like,
Yeah,
sure,
it
why
popped up
not?
in
I
my
want to
feed,
see
but
this PvP player
Asdacross
tell me.
watching it. Right, and he's a PvP player, but that's what like a lot of these points I'm bringing up were things he said that I agree with. And it was one of the things that was like, maybe we should talk about this on the podcast because I would love to. But yeah, anyways, continue your thought. But
Basically, the community beforehand, like how it's like we want the grind back, we want the grind,
yeah,
but what they meant by the grind is the gamble. So in
yeah,
D1 and all the stuff, like Trials was so popular because people were just going for this specific god roll of is it Eyes Luna at the
hmm,
time? Anyway, um,
I mean,
and
just to get Eyes Luna. They
yeah,
didn't bring
just to
in
get
rolls
an
until the
Aya's
very
Luna.
end.
Yeah,
yeah, and so that's what people associated that to the grind. even though it was more of a gamble of your time to do it.
Right, like Mountaintop. Not
I got
Forgotten.
that before it was nerfed.
Right, I did too. Just a little bit before it was nerfed, but I did get it before it was nerfed. The
Luna's Howl,
SMG,
Not Forgotten,
yeah,
Recluse, Revoker,
Recluse. Like,
bringing PvP guns. Like,
Yep.
oh, you did this, you grinded for this, here it is. Not just handed away like they've been doing.
yeah, just candy. I know so many people that left the game after Forsaken when they sunset all of those things because they spent so many hours getting those weapons and then all of a sudden they were just useless.
Yep.
And they got rid of them because there was people in the community complaining it's too
Oh,
hard
he's
to
killing
get.
me with this. It's either
Right.
too hard to get or they're overpowered. But why
Well,
are they
that was the
overpowered? They
point.
spent their time doing that.
Right. Now, if anybody, I don't care if you were a god of Crucible or terrible, if you were willing to put the time in, you could get those weapons. I got
You
those
could get it.
weapons.
I
I
mean,
was terrible at Crucible back then.
those were
Right
also
now,
like
sorry.
solo player friendly. Like I couldn't.
Mhm.
I'm a solo player. Granted, you guys have taken me in a little bit to do raids and stuff like that. I appreciate that a lot. But solo playing, I could get those weapons by myself and have like an achievement, like a pat on the back for myself for having those
Right.
and getting them. It was nice for it. So if once they took away all of that, I mean, oh, play 5 games of Crucible, you get this Redrix, whatever, that
Right.
just demolishes everybody. It's like that's kind of pointless. Give me my
Oh.
quest back to earn those guns.
To quote The Incredibles, if everybody's super, nobody is, right? It's like it takes like they get rid of that grind and now I no longer want to go play Crucible because now everybody has that weapon and it's like and I understand that. Like I said, I know quite a few people who left the game after Forsaken because of that, and I don't blame them. I have a cousin who spent 3.5 months getting his Not Forgotten, and then all of a sudden they just took it away, and then they gave it back in a way that you could just get like that, or Not Forgotten, Luna's Howl. But
Yeah, Not Forgotten was a little bit harder.
yeah,
But
yeah, he did get Not Forgotten though. But they gave the Luna's Howl back in, and I've liked the Luna's Howl, but it's not nearly as good as it used to be. And now everybody just has it, and it's like, what's the point?
Well, they took it from a 150 because that's what made it valuable, and put it down to a 140, just like every other
right
hand
it was
cannon.
the only one that was a 150. So,
Or Recluse does like Master of Arms isn't. It's kind of dumb now compared to what it used to be.
Oh, it's almost useless compared to what it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Which I would think PvP would be a lot better if they took roles out of it. Like everybody, we're building to build craft into our abilities / guns. They're trying to make Crucible to where it's just gunplay. But if somebody has a better role than you, you're not winning that.
If you really want to make Crucible just gunplay,
take roles out.
Yeah, you need to take roles out. Like that was a really fun game mode with no supers and abilities and stuff. I had a blast with that. But I also have a god roll trial shotgun hand cannon that just annihilates people from 15 feet away. Right?
Yeah.
Other people would pull that hand cannon out, and they
I got one with trench barrel. I throw a shuriken and I can one tap you.
Yeah, I've got slide shot opening shot on mine, and it just I can be 15, 20 feet away and one tap someone to the head. It's crazy, but then people would pull theirs out and they're not one shotting me, and then they're all upset because their hand cannon doesn't do what my hand cannon does. Like, well, I love that. That was fun, but also it brings more skill into the game if everybody's actually on a level playing field. Because I'm not that good at Crucible. I just have a really good weapon that I've learned how to do a build around. That's it. If I didn't have that hand cannon, I don't think I'd get a single kill on a Crucible match. Not even kidding.
Devil's advocate here. What you're describing sounds like Vanilla 1 D2.
I really liked Crucible and Vanilla D2. I really
having-
liked Crucible and Vanilla D2.
And then having the Midnight Coup and stuff.
Brother, I went flawless in Trials of the Nine more times than I have ever even played Trials of Osiris in Destiny 2.
I played one game of Trials of the Nine. That
One
was
game.
it.
Did you hate it or just didn't?
Nobody would ever play because if you 3-stack, it was
It wasn't-
pointless to
wasn't
play
it forced?
unless you were a god.
Yeah, I had a 3-stack, and I will say my cousin, the one who got
It could have been
not
4.
forgotten,
Yeah.
he was a god at Crucible. It's all he played was Crucible all day, every day. He doesn't play Destiny anymore, and I did stack with him all the time. I'll admit he carried me most of the time, but I really enjoyed Crucible back then, and I'm starting to enjoy it again. But that's mainly because I have this hand cannon, and I have my build that is completely built around this hand cannon, and I feel like I can do something. So I don't know.
It sounds like you're advocating for keeping the rolls now.
No, I'm just saying for yeah, I don't know. It's the one gun with the roll. I guess part of it is I don't have good rolls on any of the other weapons that are good in Crucible. I have terrible rolls on all of them. I'm sure I've had good rolls and not paid attention and deleted them. But I'm just saying if we were more on level playing fields, it's like that's why I enjoyed Call of Duty's PvP so much. It's like everybody had the same weapons, the same guns, they did the same amount of damage, everything. I was really good at that game. I really enjoyed it.
The only
Call of
difference
Duty
in those
nowadays-
is the attachments.
Right.
You can put different attachments, but everybody had the equal opportunity to put those attachments on there.
Exactly. So a lot of times you go against people with the same weapon builds as you, and it was just the one who landed more shots wins. Now, obviously, we don't need to get into Call of Duty because that game is so bad now. But
Don't want to talk about Call of
we
Duty.
don't need to talk about COD.
Well,
but
part of the things you also described was early Halo too, but that one you found your weapons littered around on the ground.
early Halo was so fun, dude.
Because that was
Do you
also
know-
GoldenEye 007 style too.
Mhm.
Weapons were littered all around on the ground, and that's what
And
you
how
found
many
it interesting.
people hold those games in the highest regards?
So it sounds like we need to have a Crucible thing where weapons are on the ground. You start out with a hand cannon,
I would love that.
and then everybody starts out with this green hand cannon. Then you go around and you find different stuff as you're fighting,
That would be so fun.
but then it would also be cool to have like just that one completely separate, and then you can also have like, here, this is what I grinded for all my awesome rolls, and then you can.
Right,
Current
and I'm not
Crucible.
saying to completely take all abilities out of Crucible. You can keep. It would just if we could get one game mode that was like that would be so fun, dude. The amount of hours I just threw out the window goofing off with my friends on Halo. Bungie, that was you. That was
Yeah.
you.
No, they definitely could bring back Crucible, and it'd be amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, even if, let's just say, they just wipe everything clean, give you, like what Tippi said, a green hand cannon, you find your own guns, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. Or your super / subclass, give you one grenade,
right.
your one melee, and let everybody have a one-hit melee, not just one person.
It has to be from behind. You have to do it from behind.
Yeah,
I have
kind of like an
one-hit melee if
assassination
you
type
let
thing.
me. I was pissing kids off in Crucible today actually because I would shotgun them to the chest with the hand cannon, and then I'd punch them, and then I'd evade to get my punch back, and then punch, and then once I was at ×2, ×3, I could just walk up to anybody and just bam, dead.
Yeah, no, it's a really good build, but I'm just saying, like, if they just took it at a clean slate,
Yes.
it'd be so much better.
If they just had a level playing field game mode, just one game mode that's completely level playing field. I'm not saying to get rid of all of the Crucible modes. I'm not
No.
saying this should be the only thing in Crucible because sometimes it is really fun to do build crafting to try and just be overpowered and stupid in Crucible. Glaives. But it would be really fun to just have like a clean slate game mode where everybody, like you said, starts with a green hand cannon. And there's different weapons around the map you can go pick up, a sniper or a shotgun or what. Even if you don't have these weapons unlocked, In this game mode, you can just pick them up and use them. If your teammate dies with a weapon, you can walk up to them, pick up the weapon they dropped. That would be so fun. And then, like you said, everybody gets a grenade and a 1-hit melee. Or a 2-hit melee. Whatever. I don't care either way, as long as it's the same.
Yeah. Not just
Do
a
the
Titan
infection
sprinting
patch.
at you with an overshield. You can't get enough hits in, and they just, oh, you're dead. Evaporated.
We could do our own infection game mode in Destiny. Like, we could just do it in a private match.
Well, do you remember? Sorry, do you remember when we did our own Guardian games where we had these super challenges?
I want to do it again sometime. That was so fun. I have the footage somewhere buried on my PlayStation. Well, maybe not. That was on my old PS4, and that exploded. So,
yep, yeah, we came up. Yeah, I remember we had our own Guardian games, like we did the Titan Thunder Crash,
where we had to do the fly.
We had to do an obstacle course.
Loop around the center pillar and land in it. Yeah.
Basically, we played horse. It's
yeah,
like you have to copy me,
was
and
really
then
fun. I have a video of it on my Epic Wookiee channel. Maybe I'll upload that to the Distracted Crew channel. Because I obviously have access to both, so I can go download it off YouTube and then re-upload it on the other channel.
And we can call it Guardian Games outside of Guardian Games.
I'll just keep the title and say, hey, this is an old video from my old channel. Let me know what you guys think. Should Bungie do something like this? And I think that one was the Titan one. It was the only one I got to editing and put out. It was so fun, though. And then the Hunter
Not to get off topic, but I did notice Tippi's shirt again on Gambit.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. To get us back
Destiny,
on topic.
well, kind of. Destiny is kind of like you're locked behind paywalls, but now there's a specific gun that's locked behind a unplayable content. You can't get Malfeasance anymore because Gambit is completely dead.
Gambit is dead. You cannot get Malfeasance.
Which is one of, I would say, top 10 hand cannons to
Nobody
have.
Never uses it, but it actually is phenomenal.
I use it all the time.
No, I never run into Malfeasance, but every time I pull it out, it's fantastic. I like my Outbreak in New Land, so...
I'm just saying, like, if my build don't really wrap around of having unstoppable glaive, Malfeasant pops out.
That's fair.
I'm never using a glaive. It's just not my cup of tea.
I hate them. I had a lot of fun with them when Witch Queen first came out, but I think that was just the shine of new, you know?
Not just the new gun that they come out with the name.
Right. And
the
so
new
I
gun.
think about 3 months straight after Witch Queen came out, I never unequipped that glaive. But then after a while, it was like, okay, this is getting kind of boring. All you do is block and then just spam your melee button. And you just do insane damage and nothing can touch you. Well, not insane damage, but you do insane ad clear.
Titans were broken with the glaives.
Oh yeah, no, I
sent those subs.
Oh, I know those blades. I know those builds. I was going to ask our young developer about any of those ideas that we had for possible game mode additions, or
how hard would that be to implement?
Not just that, or if they sound interesting and fun.
Number one, how hard are they to implement? I have no idea. I'm not a game dev.
Not game dev. I was going to say. I wasn't sure.
I'm an SE student, software engineering, just in general. But they do sound like interesting game modes. Like you said, you brought up old Halo and old COD, which I used to play with my uncle. Great memories. I think definitely playing those kind of things and adding them in would be cool, but it does add to the great mountain of stuff you can do in the game.
Right. Well, yeah, that's fair. Okay, so we only have about 10 minutes left, so I'll ask one last question. Is there anything specifically you guys would like to see removed from the game?
DVC.
PvP.
No, DVC.
Oh, yeah. Content Vault. DCV, yeah.
Vaulting and sunsetting stuff. Like, I understand a point to it. I do not like when any game does sunsetting as the way that Destiny has. because I just don't like when something gets locked away forever and it's never seen again. Because like with old video games, we still have them. It's just harder to access, but they're still preserved. So we still have like the different ways that we could access it.
I can go play all the Destiny 1 campaigns, all of them if I want. I can go back and play them on my PlayStation.
But I can't.
But you know what I can't do? I can't go play the Red War. I would love to replay the Red War.
I want to replay Leviathan again.
Can't replay Forsaken. God, the Leviathan raid. I have been begging for years. Give me back the. I can't even remember the name. My brain is short circuiting. The Siva raid from Iron or Rise of Iron.
Wrath of the
Wrath of the
Machines.
Machine. That was still my all-time favorite raid, and they stopped reprising raids right when that one would have been the next one in line.
Mhm.
Upset
And
me
this season
so
would have been
much.
great for it.
Yeah, this great.
The season would have been perfect for it.
You can get to the Siva area in the new Fallen Bunker.
Right, but it's through glitching.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this unique experience of I have no idea what the flip you're talking about because all this is
Right.
behind a wall and I have no access to it. And now it's sunset and I can never access it
Right,
anymore.
unless you want to go purchase a PlayStation or an Xbox.
I would say it's probably one of the most complicated raids for its time, and it was kind of
Yeah.
insanely challenging to do.
But it was
I think,
so
like,
fun.
in general, sunsetting something or retiring it completely inaccessible, except for like this, go get an old PlayStation. Granted, I understand like old stuff, like playing some of the original stuff. If you go get a PlayStation and get a disc for the original game, I kind of get those. But like what they've done with Destiny 2, with all these stuff that you can't access that they introduced at the beginning of Destiny 2, that's no longer in there. Because also there was that big thing that happened a while back where they had to go ask like video or tubers and like streamers and stuff for their old content because they themselves couldn't access it at all. So it's not only.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was when that big lawsuit was coming down. Bungie had to go ask different streamers and YouTubers and content creators for videos of, I think it was like the Red War or something, because they do not have access to it.
So the DCV is just a complete lie. It's because they said when it was coming out that it would be a vault they could pull content out of, and they just can't. They don't even have the old content.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it was. I saw the story a couple times, but it's not a vault. It is now lost forever.
It's just gone.
I'm never going to be able to experience it. I'm going to have to do what they did and go to old content creators to get it. I get like retiring stuff and sending it to like the back burner or something, but that should still be accessible in some way, shape, or form, because it's now a lost media, like a bunch of different things. And I just am very much for like keeping records of old technologies and systems. There's a lot of technologies now that we cannot work with or access because no one remembers how to do it and it's all broken. And I think sunsetting built into that is...
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I just can't stand that kind of mechanic in something as a total it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so sunsetting, which I 100% agree with, and I think so does everyone else.
Yep.
Anything
well, they
else?
already got rid of the other thing that I was going to say, but I mean that's already happened. But Parsons.
Yeah, Parsons, the car maniac.
Let's get him out of Destiny, but he already got removed.
He did.
Paywalls. Like, you already bought the game.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to spend more money on DLCs? I guess I can see that to make more money, but I would spend more money on cosmetics and in-game stuff if I didn't have to keep buying these DLCs every single year. So
I'm
now
okay with
also
the
I
new
can't.
DLCs costing money, personally, but I do think
New content, yes.
Yeah, I do think every 2 years or so, anything older than that 2-year mark should just be released for free or significantly reduced at all times, not just wait
put
every
it at 100.
3 to
put it at
6
100 silver.
months. Yeah, put it on a permanent sale or just make it free after 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you still have you're always gonna have that core group that buys the new DLC every time, and even not just the core group, even your casual players, if they're enjoying the game and they're
gonna buy it.
Yeah, they're gonna buy it. Like, so I think about 2 years. Once a DLC is 2 years old, make it free. That's my opinion, or at the very least, 90% discount permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Alright.
so I don't know.
I love all these points.
It would also help get more people into it because, like we said earlier, I only played because someone bought them for me. But also, they only bought them for me because at that given time it was on sale.
On sale. Yep.
So having that reduced price would help get more people into the game as well.
100%. 100%. People would get into the game, they'd be confused by your crappy New Light story, and then they go, oh, well, all these stories that I kind of just heard in pieces while I was doing the New Light campaign, I can get them all for $10. Cool. Pick them up, go play them. Oh, shoot, that's awesome. Well, let me go ahead and buy this newest DLC.
Mhm.
I guarantee you, you'd make
Yep.
it would help the economy a ton. So I
For
don't know,
sure.
because that is always the big thing when I talk to people about playing Destiny. Well, don't I have to buy like 4 DLCs? Yeah. Are they reduced price? No, they're like
No.
$30, $40 a piece. Why would I do that? That's like 180
Also,
bucks.
take away dungeon keys.
Yep. Dungeon keys. What?
There's no need for dungeon keys.
Get rid of that.
Mhm.
Get rid of dungeon keys. Please. But
Can I ask a question?
yeah, go for it.
What is something positive though about the game? Just land on a happy note
Yeah, I'd love
that
to end on
you're
a
really
happy note.
happy with, or that you really like, or and things like that. Not just missed.
I will say raiding with my friends is always a fun experience. And I think that is what has kept me in the game for as long as I've played it, has been knowing that I can still get on and have a good time with my buddies. Whereas I will say when I play other games with friends, not always a good experience. Like last night's stream on Rainbow.
One that's Siege.
Ugh. No, Thursday. We didn't stream
Competitive Siege,
Thursday.
my bad.
We were playing unranked, which is competitive. Thursday was so fun.
Mhm.
It was so fun. We had a blast. We were winning games. Like, that was so fun. And then we jumped into ranked the next day, and I'll admit a big part of it was me. Because when I play ranked, I do one of two things. I either lock in or my brain just turns on to passive. Whereas, like, if you remember on Thursday, I was playing a lot more aggressive. And then last night when we were playing, I could not bring myself to push an objective.
You won the game immediately after you left.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I knew I was holding you guys back last night. I was not playing well, but like I know if I go raid, even if we're in the raid for 6 hours
Mm-hmm.
and we can't, we're stuck or whatever. If it's with our core group of friends,
Mhm.
we're still having a good time. Like some of the funnest raids I've ever been in. Two of my buddies were super drunk or high, and we didn't get past the second boss, but it was just a blast hanging out and laughing with them and I feel like that has never left other than when friend groups stop playing together. So I will say the nice thing about Destiny is if you can get into a good group on Destiny, there is always a way to have a good time even if you're just running the portal.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
just being on with your buddies, and that is kind of the nice part about the portal being so repetitive is you can get into that mindset where you're not paying attention and you're just goofing off and laughing. And so that's kind of nice. But also, I understand why people hate the portal grind. But I would think, yeah, the friends we made along the way.
I only played with you guys and know you guys because what was it? It was Garden of Salvation last December. It was the first raid we did. And,
Same raid we met Tippi on
Mhm.
6 years ago.
But let's not bring up that raid.
So you still don't have your. Do you have your?
I have it now after 4 runs, but yes, I have it.
Okay, I couldn't remember if we got it for you or not.
Yep.
Well, now I want to find
we
two
did
and
the thing.
raid
We did
tonight.
the message 3 times for him, and it was
That's
the
right.
third
I
time.
remember because we showed you the glitch where it launches you in the air, and you're the only person ever I have seen get.
I got stuck in it. You guys get launched up. I'm stuck.
And
So
he's gonna collect his thing. He had to go to the chest and open it. That was the very last thing
yeah,
to
you
get the
literally
quest
just had to open the
completed.
chest. All of us got launched into the sky, and you got stuck.
Yeah. You guys didn't even notice. I'm like, hey, I'm stuck. And you're like, oh, we just got launched. Come open it. I'm like, I literally cannot move.
We're like, wait, what?
And
So
then by
we,
the time we finally got your grenades set up, and he kicked
yeah.
us out.
Yep.
So we finally, we inadvertently, completely on accident, trolled you so hard.
I'm trying to remember the second
That's
or
so
third, the first or second time, because that was that one. But what caused it not to work? Oh, you weren't at the step where that we did all the steps to get it finished.
The one you told me that I was, but I wasn't.
Yeah, so the first time you thought you were on the
It's
right
all right.
step and you weren't. So we completed it and you
I was
didn't get
told
it.
I was on the right step.
Right.
I even screenshotted and sent it to you, and you said, "Yeah,
Me
correct
or
step."
Tippi? Was it me? Probably me.
I didn't see it.
I'm pretty sure it was you,
It
but
probably was. I thought you
yes,
were on
I
the
can
right
see
step.
the memories.
Then-
I mean, like again, another awesome memory with Ray. It was again with groups of friends with raids. It was the Eater of Worlds raid, and you had to jump on those pads, leapfrog one at a time. We always ganged up on this one person and jumped on his pad all at the same time, just so that it would sink him, and he'd just get so angry and frustrated.
remember doing that to Trenton and Holiday.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I will never remember. So I was the first person in our group. This is before we met you, Tippi, to
Mhm.
complete and get the exotic from Pit of Heresy. And then every time for about 4 months straight, carrying my friends through, just trolling the crap out of them for about 10 minutes. Oh, I can't see the door to start the exotic quest because I've got it done. It's going to be one of these doors. Just go look. You walk through the door and you get the Oryx peg. Oh, not that one. So they go check another and another and another. And then finally, after 5-10 minutes, it's just me and Tanner are dying, and they're like, "What? Okay, where's the actual? Okay, we're straight up lying to you. We go down."
Unless they got
Good
stuck in
times.
that loop
What?
where
Wait,
you
what?
instantly. So on one of the
Oh,
doors,
when the
if you get.
respawn where it just
Yeah, you just keep dying. You got to get
yeah.
pulled.
Yep, I remember that. Did we do
Oh,
that to
man.
you, Jay, or did you beat Pit of Heresy by the time we met you?
I beat Pit of Heresy.
Okay, I thought
So
so. 'Cause
I'm
we
pretty
met you
sure
in
it's only been like 3 years, 2 years.
what was? Do you remember the first raid we did with you?
The first raid was Root. But I played with you guys doing yeah. But I played with you guys doing like Vogue a couple times just for a 6 to beat Atheon.
Oh, seriously?
First full raid was Root.
I feel like we knew you longer than that.
Mm-mm.
Holy cow!
I
Well,
told you I'm mostly a solo player.
that's true. That's true.
I only met Tippi because he joined one of like a raid thing where a couple of my buddies that they don't play anymore,
Mhm.
they were in, and they like, oh, we'll just make an LFG thing, and he joined. Then I got to know Tippi, and then every now and then Tippi would ask me to join up on him, and then one time was with you guys, and hit it off ever since.
Yeah.
I'm just a newbie. I've never played.
Yeah, he's our blueberry. That's the meme on the streams. Well, now I want to raid, so I think we should dig for 2. You guys down?
We have
Oh, yeah.
4.
Yeah, we just need 2. I'll text Myasine when he's off. Bryce and Tanner can't join tonight; they're out. But anyways, we'll end the podcast there. We're at an hour and 4 minutes. There's just
Well,
some
yeah.
things in Destiny, but I would honestly, if people are down, I'd love to make a habit of this every 3 or 4 months or so, because I will say Destiny's kind of a core game in our community. And I don't just mean you guys. I also mean like our friend group community. We've met, I can think of 4 people that I know in the Discord that I met not on Destiny. Everybody else was one way or another through Destiny or family and friends from outside of gaming. But so I would love to do something like this every few months, every new DLC, whatever, after we've had a few weeks in the DLC, if you guys are down.
No,
Which will turn
anytime.
into a mini series. So
Then maybe I'll be motivated to buy a proper camera and not one that splits me in 2.
I'm still using my phone. I ain't got money for this.
you don't have a computer, so you're stuck on your phone. But just get a $10 webcam, Tippi. Or
I-
actually, I use that one.
I got my wife into buying me a PS5, or letting me buy a PS5. I'm not letting. She will not let me get a computer.
I'm getting
There's
another
no way.
PS5 in about a month.
No, I had
PS2
just
is better.
PS2. All right. Well, we got to end it. So
oh
thank
man,
you, everybody.
I love my Vita. I still can play
You
my
still have a
Vita.
Vita?
I
This
love
isn't going
I
to end.
I have a PSP.
We got to end this. Okay.
if we want to get into other consoles and stuff, maybe I can join with a proper camera. I mean, I just haven't been motivated to get a proper camera. It's like
It's all good. But yes, thank you, everybody, for watching. If you haven't, hit the like and subscribe button down below. Let us know if you're into Destiny, what some of your opinions are on the matter. And if you're not into Destiny, hit us up. The new light sucks. It sucks. I promise it sucks. But if you can get through that, I would love to run some stuff with viewers. So if you're interested, come on over to the Discord, grind through the new light, and hopefully don't blow your brains out while trying to do that. And then join us. It'd be a good time. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.